I'm still finishing up my latest book review. It's of this, Influence by Robert B. Cialdini. He's a PhD and it shows. I mean, look at how small this text is. My heart just sank when I opened it first. But thankfully, it's a really good book. Today though, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Lean Startup. One night last week I had a bit of a brainwave for some new videos to record, so I decided to write down my thoughts in a sort of script or recording plan, more of a train of thought than anything else. And while I was writing that, something that in hindsight should have been obvious started to become pretty clear to me. The Lean Startup is essentially a rebranding of the scientific method. Yes, Eric Ries fleshes it out a little bit with innovation accounting and pivot or persevere, but the core of the book, the build, measure, learn loop, is essentially the scientific method in different words. I mean, this shouldn't be a surprise. He states it clearly on page 55. The way forward is to learn to see every startup in an industry as a grand experiment. We need a method of systematically breaking down a business plan into its component parts and testing each part empirically. In other words, we need the scientific method. I think this raises two questions. First of all, why didn't I see this the first time I read the book? Well, I did mention in my book review that I found the book a little bit jarring and hard to read in parts, and I'm becoming more and more aware that this might have actually been intentional. It's almost like misdirection, to take the user away from what should be a very straightforward and familiar idea. Secondly, why does a scientific method need rebranding? Or more importantly, why is a rebranding of such a simple and straightforward concept so influential? I'm going to use an example for this one. I recently had the opportunity to pitch my own startup to a potential customer. He's the general manager of a 5-star hotel here in Ireland. My product is an asset management system with a twist. It helps businesses identify issues with their physical assets quicker than ever before. So issues are resolved, maintenance costs are reduced, and customer satisfaction is increased. Anyway, the challenge we face is to put a unique code on each asset. In this case, we're going to use little QR stickers, and they're going to go on assets such as headed paper or branded napkins or brochures, so that staff can identify when stock is running low and report that. Now, the hotel is pretty upmarket. It's got a golf course, it's an old style building, an antique interior, and when the general manager heard the word sticker, he literally recoiled. He didn't really like the idea of the stickers. I mean, what if a customer saw them or a business partner saw them and it took away the whole mystique and the whole aesthetic of his business? Thankfully, however, he saw the value in the system, so we started calling the stickers bespoke asset identification tags, and very quickly his tune started to change. After a short meeting, he softened up, and we're scheduled to put a trial in place in the next number of weeks. I think in terms of the Lean Startup and the Build, Measure, Learn loop, those that are reading the book are looking for a secret to success, and telling them that that secret is just the scientific method and to do things in small batches doesn't really cut it. But if you wrap it up in some buzzwords, all of a sudden you've got a bestseller that's transforming the way companies are built and products are launched. Except Francis Bacon discovered it in the 16th century and Toyota brought it to the business world in the 1930s. Suppose good ideas don't get old. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. My next book review will be out very soon. As you can see, I'm right at the end of the book. I'm really enjoying it actually. It's really good, and I'm thinking that I might actually split some of the videos up into chapters because there's just so much content in this book to discuss. At the moment, I'm putting together the MVP, and as I said, we'll be putting that in place in the hotel in the next number of weeks, so I can't go very much faster than the hotel is willing to put us in there, so that's our limiting factor at the moment. But there will be a lot more content than that in the videos to come. Thanks for watching.